Did you know that the origin of our nervous system is 600 million years old? Our current nervous system, the most modern iteration, is about 200,000 years old. Cell phones are about 20 years old, and they're in our face every day. So in this video, I want to talk about disconnected days for nervous system health. Welcome to my channel. My name is Mira. I'm the Neurospicy Crone, and I'm here to support highly sensitive and neurodiverse women in the third stage of life. Let's make it the most full and fulfilling that it can be. So disconnected days, what is it and how to do it? We all know our cell phones rule our lives. We are confronted with technology all day, every day. At the grocery store, I'm that old lady at the grocery store who's like fumbling with the cards and the buttons, and I just can't talk to the nice person and hand them some cash, right? When we're getting gas, the gas pumps are now super digital and technologically advanced, in addition to our cell phones and our computers and every part of our lives. And so this 200,000-year-old nervous system is being met with a volume and an intensity and a style of input that is literally overwhelming. Now, if you have a sensitive nervous system, it's even more problematic. So we need to take action. We need to get out in front of this and actually intentionally choose times and days in our lives where we can be completely disconnected from technology. I remember the first time I got my cell phone. Oh my gosh, I was living in Chicago and I was car free. So I was on my bus route. So I took the bus to Lawrence and Broadway, and then I took the Lawrence bus home. So this was a very familiar route. I knew exactly where my stop was. It's where I lived. And I got out the magical device. I had just gotten it. I was like, la, 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 la. When I looked up, I was miles past my stop. I was like, where are we? I didn't even recognize where we were. And the poor bus driver's like, uh-oh, I see where we're going with this. I actually had to drive to the end of because there wasn't a bus coming back the other way. I had to go to the end of the terminal with the bus driver and then wait like an hour and go back. It was a high cost of cell phone use. And that was just the beginning, right? That was my first exposure. And I was like, oh, I see what's happening here. So disconnected days have so many benefits, and you get to do it exactly how you want to do it, based on where you are in your life, based on your current relationship with your device. And so the benefits are innumerable. The most profound benefit that I've discovered from a disconnected day is it really gives my nervous system a chance to settle down and reset. I think of my nervous system like a multi-sensory video camera where it's taking in everything I see and hear and smell and taste and touch. It's like an imprint on my nervous system. And the best way to soothe and organize my nervous system is just to reduce the volume of imprints that my nervous system gets. So laying in bed under the covers is a great way to do that as well. But if you don't want to spend the whole day in bed, which you absolutely can, you might want to try a disconnected day. So it soothes the nervous system. It also helps us to get in touch with our intuition, with our innate sense of knowing, our natural wisdom. We're constantly being exposed to other people's ideas and opinions and expressions, and it's easy to lose track of our own ideas and opinions and impressions. And so when we remove the digital devices from our lives for any period of time, we get in touch with our deeper knowing, with who we are. And so it also does something cool. I call it like an Etch-a-Sketch. Remember the Etch-a-Sketches where you shake them to get rid of whatever imprints were on it? When we put our attention on something, a piece of us remains there. That's why intentions are so powerful, because we're placing our intention on an idea we want. So if we're attending to this and attending to that and attending to this and watching 15 different videos at once, that all leaves a little bit of a residue, a little imprint. And so a disconnected day is like shaking the Etch-a-Sketch. Let it go. And so The benefits are great, and you'll discover your own benefits, which is super cool. And so how do we do a disconnected day? Well, it's totally up to you, but I'll give you some suggestions for what I do, and then you can be like, oh yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. And just a reminder that yes, it's safe to put our phones down. So first of all, it oftentimes requires scheduling it in. You have to plan ahead for a disconnected day because we are so connected that if all of a sudden you're not reachable, people are gonna think, what's wrong, right? So plan a day. Like a Sunday is an easy day for a lot of people. You can have every single Sunday of your life be a disconnected day. Yes, that would be amazing. And you just let people know. You tell your people that I am going to put my phone down for the entire day. If it's an emergency, text my neighbor and have them come and get me or something like that. So plan your day and then let your people know. You really do need to tell people, depending on your life and what you're doing, that you won't be around. Now, I have a partner in my life, so I can kind of easily have a disconnected day because he is deeply connected to his phone. So if there's an emergency, my mom needs to get a hold of me, whatever it is, she can reach out to him. So if you do have someone in your life that can kind of buffer you from the technology, but still reach out to you if needed, that's great. Or if you need to, like, check your phone once during the day or twice during the day, but otherwise, like, have it in a box, have it somewhere else so that you're not there. So if you do need to be reached by somebody and your phone is the only way that that can happen, just set some parameters around that. And so plan ahead, let people know. And then I also recommend that you plan how you're going to spend that disconnected day, because if you don't have something or nothing, if you've planned nothing, then it's easy to get kind of distracted or lured back into like, oh, I'm going to do this one thing that occurs on my phone. A lot of things we do, even reading books, can happen on your phone. So choose the physical book you're going to read, choose the hike you're going to take, choose the time you're going to lay down and take a big nap, choose which kind of fun projects you want to do around your house. So it really can be whatever you want. It even can be a creative project, like writing your book. You can do portions of that without any technological devices. So if you do want to dive into a creative project, make sure you have all the materials for you. Maybe you want colored pencils and lots of blank pieces of paper. And so you want to plan how you're going to do the day as well as when that day is going to happen and letting other people know about it. Well, when you start, if you haven't done this, if you're used to just having your phone in your hand 24/7, which is the common default because they are so addictive. They're the kind of thing that's going to make you miss your bus stop by a couple of miles. So it can be a real challenge. It can be confronting. You can be like, oh, what am I going to do? I want to play the New York Times games or whatever it is. So if that feels like, I don't think I can do that just yet, do it for a couple of hours. Have a disconnected morning. Wake up and do your morning routine and don't pick up your phone till 10 a.m. or whatever that is for you. Or try a disconnected evening where you're putting your phone away 2 or 3 hours before you go to bed and just sort of experiment. Or experiment with a half day. Get everything done, do what you want to do at noon, put your phone away, and don't pick it up till the next morning, or whatever works for you. Like find where you are at with your phone use and go from there. Now, if you're like, hey, I already put my phone away on Sundays, I rarely touch my phone the entire weekend, that's awesome. Add a day. Do 3 days completely disconnected. Try 4 days. So wherever you are, just do a little bit more and do it with that intention. Like, I am choosing to reclaim my sovereignty from these technical devices because they are crazy addictive, intentionally so. And so a disconnected day is a day to reclaim your sovereignty. It's a day to affirm and confirm your creativity, your intuition, your connection to source energy, and your ability to partner with that energy for doing whatever it is that you want to do in life. When we're constantly being influenced by other people's lives, we kind of lose touch with our own life. And so a disconnected day is a day of sovereignty. And if you're in the third stage of life, you actually have an advantage when it comes to a disconnected day because we grew up disconnected, right? The phones were tied to the walls. And when we were outside nobody could reach us. Our parents would tell us to go play and not come back until the streetlights came on. So our nervous systems are used to not being plugged in, which is a benefit because that's how we grew up, that's how it was developed. So you can have a disconnected day just like every day in the 70s. So you get to do whatever you want to on your disconnected day, but make it a sacred day where it's, this is my space, this is my time. If you want to spend time with family and friends, that's a great way to spend the time. But the point is just to get off the technological devices. They're so addictive. So if you're feeling uninspired, if you're feeling low moods, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling a lack of creativity, all of this can be addressed by putting down the phone for a little while, and you get to choose how, and you get to choose what you do. So I have a challenge for you. I challenge you. Now think about this. 100 disconnected days in 1 year is basically just no phones on the weekend. We have 52 weeks in the year. 100 days is 2 days a week. Can you start to shape forward a life where you basically don't use your phone on the weekends? You have 100 disconnected days a year. Or maybe you take a week-long retreat and you don't touch your phone during that week, and then you get a big jump on that 100 days. So something, if you can start to envision a life where you have 100 disconnected days a year, and if you really want a challenge, how about 10 disconnected days in the next 30 days? You will be amazed at what you can accomplish and how great you feel when you put your phone away for chunks of time. So 10 days in the next 30 days is like, whoa, if you're excited about it, like go for it. Like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. And you can just say, I'm doing a disconnected day. Ooh, here's the other thing. If you use email a lot for your communication, you can make an autoresponder that's set to go for the time that you've chosen to be disconnected. And you can have that autoresponder, get triggered every time someone sends you an email that says, I'm having a disconnected day. I'm working on my book. I'm spending the day with my grandkids. I'm sleeping all day. Whatever it is, you don't have to tell in the email, but you can just say, I have a disconnected day. I'll be picking up my phone on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. and can respond to your email at that time. You're doing that person who sent you an email a big favor. They're like, oh, a disconnected day. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll try that. So who do you know needs a disconnected day? You could partner with them and say, hey, let's do this together. Send them this video. Have them watch it, choose your day. If you have partners that you work with, like let's say you have a virtual assistant or you have team members, choose the same disconnected day. So someone's like, where is she? I can't get a hold of her. And then you're just like, hey, let's both have a disconnected day. Really let the creativity flow, and we'll get back together and see how amazing our work together becomes from our disconnected days. So line up your disconnected days with other people in your life, if that's possible to do, so you don't feel like you're missing out and they don't feel frustrated because they're trying to reach you or anything like that. So thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoy your disconnected day. I would love to hear about it. You can state your commitment to do a disconnected day in the comments. If you want to do the challenge and do 100 days a year or 10 days in the next 30 days, please add that in the comments. And if this is the kind of thing you like to talk about and think about, please subscribe and stick around for the next video.